Welcome back, everyone, we are now in Top Cut. This is Top 8. I'm Arnie Wolf, joined by Titania.
Hello! I'm sorry, I have replaced Dragonite. I'm not as cute, but...
Dragonite is in a box.
We put Dragonite in the box.
But we have a very exciting match. I'm very excited because I've been talking about Double Genie all day, and we are seeing it on stream. It's Ashley Stelzer versus Abigail Watson, who Abigail you saw earlier on stream. Ashley's going to be on the left here with Golden Go, Ogerpon, Wellspring, Thurdrap, Incineroar, Tornadus, and Landorus, both of them incarnate form. Well, Abigail going to be on the right with Articuno, Tatsugiri, Droopy form, which is the defense boosting one, Dondozo, Regivolt, Ninetales Alolan form, and Arcanine Hisu form. So, we saw Abby, as we've been joking, commit crimes earlier in the game. This is a really scary team because you have double. It's 2-2-2. It's got Ice, you've got Bulk, and you've got Dozo, and that is really tough. I've been talking about Ashley's team composition, saying that Golden Go Lando is like the most underrated core in the format. We are going to see it, especially because you have an Intimidate user, and I'm going to have to keep note of this team because it's really cool. But what do you think? Do you think there's any advantages right off the bat? Any good leads standing out?
Well, I think that the wow, words. I think the Goldengo is a really interesting choice to see in this whole team because it is really good. Obviously, there's so many fairy terrors happening, and we do see the Goldengo going into these double ice types, which is pretty good for... That's what Goldengo loves to see.
Yeah, absolutely. Not to mention that this is a Dondozo that carries Order Up and Fisher and Body Press, so Golden has a nice time against that. You also, with Tornadus, have Manual Rain with a Rain Dance, which is really nice because it just shuts down any possibility of Aurora Veil or Snow Cloak activating. And so I think an Nasty Pot's relatively safe because you resist everything. And I don't think there's any downside to that right away. You might lose your Tornadus, but the switch out is safe. You don't really want to go for an ice attack, a double ice attack, because your best bet would be possibly Mystical Blizzard. You don't really want to deal with that. And I think we're
double out into the Tatsu.
Yeah, which is a clue to the Tatsu as well. There it is.
How wild would it be if Tatsu and then...
and then Articuno stays in.
Just the lone Tatsu. Alas, we do see big, bulky buddy
just sitting there, getting its boosts.
Become a giant super.
This would be really nice if you did click Rain Dance plus the okay, it is a Terra on the Tornadus to steal. Didn't want to take any double ice damage here, but yeah, I was gonna say this would be really funny if you just go for the Nasty Plot, because this Dondozo is just going to ignore that. And the Tailwind Nasty Plot means it's basically a free switch with no repercussions here. But it is Make It Rain.
It is Make It Rain, yeah. Really smart on the, not going for the Nasty Plot, I suppose, but now the attack drops also don't matter. Right?
Yes, so that
also, Dondozo doesn't take anything because Dondozo is Dondozo.
Dondozo's Dondozo. I will say, Ash kind of Terra'd herself into a corner. This is a body press Dondozo, which is nice because you can click a body press into his steel type. But it is still a relatively rough... Dondozo is just a hard matchup for Ashley's team in general. You don't have any booster fees to break through the Protect or get rid of the potential stat drops. Incineroar, probably your best bet, but you still have body press, which is really rough. And I feel like Ashley should have just waited to go for Terra Ghost on that Incineroar. That would have been a lot more mileage with that.
Right, instead we've just got, oh, the Tornadus go for the con because there's not really much it can do at this point, right? Yeah. Interesting it's not going for that, it's Sunny Day, right?
It's Rain Dance.
Rain Dance. Oh, I guess, wait, hold on.
It is Body Press, Order Up Fisher, so no weather isn't really going to matter.
Right.
Taunt makes sense though. You want to fake out Taunt, make sure that you can't do anything for Protects and you are free to go for parting shots. But I really like the idea, too, of kind of, you know, have the Dondozo be like, you know what, I know you're going to go for Parting Shot. I'm going to go for, you know, Fisher. And you go knock off and make sure it can't recover. I think you need a well-timed knockoff. That's basically what it is. And I actually like the swap on Tornadus here because it is the easier target. So, you know, that to me, that makes more sense to just go for the knockoff and then spam Shadow Ball over and over and over.
Yeah.
And it is nice because you are Metal Coat, so you're not taking life or damage after each one.
Right, exactly. So, because Dungeon can't do anything about this knockoff, you just remove the option for leftover healing for the rest of the battle. You do take that body press, but...
I thought that was not going to take that.
I also thought it wasn't going to take that.
it's now +3 defense Dondozo, so Golden Go is definitely your best option. And Tailwind running out is kind of rough because that Incineroar is going down for sure if you decide to click it. But I think just go Shadow Ball and just keep spamming that.
Right. Do you want to keep the instant alive here? Is it? I mean, obviously the Intimidate is pretty helpful, but also, how many times can you really get it back in without, I don't know, doing something precipitously bad?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think instant is kind of.
Oh, we're just going straight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. You know what?
Yeah.
I see it.
It may not be Christmas anymore. we're going for the crowd.
Critical hit from the Flare Blitz, which does a lot less than you would expect still. But, you know, I get the play, especially because the Dondozo, Golden Go is just really good into the Dondozo set because it can't touch it other than Fisher. And so you have to go for it. And Flare Blitz does help you potentially get burns on it, but now it does not.
It would have, but now it can't. But you know what? It tried. That's what matters.
So you have a couple options between Tornadus and Ogre Pawn.
Right. The Torn can't really come out safely because it will just eat a body pressing.
Yeah. There's also a little bit of a clue here. Also, I really do like the Ogre Pawn for a couple of reasons. The Terra was not burned, but if it was, it's a Fire Terra on the Dondozo. So you're always going to get a super effective move. I think we saw Spiky Shield here, just to kind of ensure that. And then also one more clue of information, this Golden Go is faster. So obviously if you know your Golden Go spread, which Ashley will, you know what range the Dondozo is in speed as well. And you really needed that Fisher, because now a double up should be able to knock out, and without Leftovers recovery, you really don't need the Protector.
Right. And Abby knows it, and gotta let that big whale do what whales do and explode.
They do explode on a beach sometimes. I've seen news stories.
Sometimes it's just a whale on a beach and you explode.
Put that on a t-shirt. Oh, Whalmer, cover your ears. Cover your ears.
No.
There's a Whalmer flush on the deck.
I'm so sorry, Wilmer. It's not like this.
You're not gonna explode.
Alright, so Ninetales coming in, setting up that snow again.
It's interesting here. You know, we do know this Tatsugiri is Choice Scarf, and its only two options would be Draco Meteor and Muddy Water, one of which is the Golden Go, one of which is the Ogre Pawn. So you gotta kind of choose which one is the better option for you, or you can go Icy Wind, which, again, maybe, but you've got a Terra Steel Tornadus. I'm not 100% sure that's the right call.
Right.
I do think the right call, though, is to just hope that you're faster than the Golden Go. I think knowing its speed tier helps a bit, because you really would like to get an Aurora Veil, or you could tear it into water to make sure you get the Aurora Veil off. I think that's even wiser, because Golden Go is going to need to really boost a couple times here in order to knock out the Articuno with an Aurora Veil. Probably twice? I don't know, maybe once.
Okay, Draco Meteor connects. And it, it tried.
It's decent.
Yeah.
So
the Aurora Veil comes up, and that's going to be huge. If Abby's gonna survive the
flat out making. Okay, I kind of like that play.
Yeah.
The Hornleech helps as well. I really like that play because the Articuno is the biggest threat on Abby's side, and you really don't want to bring that out right away. So why not go make it rain, threaten it just right away? Now the Tatsugiri is forced to switch out, but you get a free switch in on your Golden Go to get your Tailwind going, and you reset the special attack drop.
Right.
And you can knock out the Ninetales with a Hornleech, potentially. I'm not entirely sure that the Hornleech will knock out after the Aurora Veil, but it does at least put you in a really good spot where Articuno has to really rely on ice moves. And like none of the Pokemon on Ashley's side want to take an ice move, or the Pokemon on Ashley's side do want to take ice moves. I mean.
Yeah. They will eat ice moves.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Steel Terra coming all the way back around to being helpful again.
And not only that, if you don't want to go for Tailwind, you've got Rain Dance as well, which is really useful. But yeah, that Steel Terra on the Steel Terra on these things on the genies are just really solid for ice.
Right.
But free Hornleech here. Question is, are you gonna switch into Tatsugiri? We did see that in DC Chomp Or use Spiky Shield. That's valid. You do a freeze dry. You don't want to take that, so that's understandable.
Yep, Rain Dance is definitely the move, so you can't even start hitting blizzards. Oh, well, I guess you can. I guess you can hope really hard. And I guess.
It does connect.
And it does.
Very, very little damage.
Yeah. For a certain definition of taking those, it did take that.
It took it,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah, I think this is still commanding really well. Tailwind is really solid, especially with the Ivy Cudgel. Make sure you get the... and we did see that this is a bulkier Ogrepon water with less speed. So, yeah, I think the swap out makes sense.
Right.
But the Tailwind's going to really help. And the fact that this Articuno can't really knock out the Tornadus is kind of important, because you're free to go for Bleak Wind Storm, which should deal enough damage on that Tatsugiri. At least it should. The question is, will it through Aurora?
Right. And I do want to point out that Tailwind helping the the Ogerpon outspeed before it gets freeze dry. Just getting up a little bit of damage, but it was going to go down regardless. Yeah. So now we've got the Golden Gun in with this full guy. Do we think if the thing I'm thinking about is if Ninetales switches back in, right, the Bleak Winds are no longer accurate, but I guess you have to go for the night.
You gotta double up. Because the Tatsu is way more threatening with Muddy Water in the rain.
Right.
You gotta double up. Articuno being the one to switch out. Abigail, knowing that the Tatsu is kind of key, but you are sacrificing Muddy Water damage by bringing Ninetales in.
Right.
It's still like the ideal play, but because Bleak Wind can miss, but it does not miss.
And the Tatsugiri... I guess the question is, would Tatsugiri have outsped the Golden Go? And nope, it would not have. So
it was speed dropped though, so it might come into play in the next one.
Right.
I don't know if the speed drop would have actually been up. But
I somehow don't think so either. Yeah. That can just dodge. That's cool. Does it love its trainer? I guess the answer is...
It's a little straighter though.
Yeah.
This is such an interesting call here because it's a bunch of ice moves against 2 steel types. And 1 fairy move, which isn't much better.
And also, Sheer Cold. When there's a Sheer Cold, there's a way.
It's very true. I was about to say the exact same thing.
I heard a wise Santa one.
Oh, I sent one, so that if there's a sheer cold, there's a way. I think you just need to dodge 1 sheer cold here. I think you just rain dance nasty. I think if you could survive both of yours, which should survive a double blizzard, you should be okay. I mean, especially with the miss chance after rain dance, like it just makes sense to me. You could go for make it rain, but I don't know. Make it rain's kind of makes more sense here because I just think it's still gonna be a 2-hit KO and it's already good now. Yeah, it is. So that was better play.
Yeah.
No, the question is it... Oh yeah, maybe not. I take it back.
Maybe not.
Take it back. I think that's the policy.
Right, because now... Oh yeah, Sheer Cold. Sheer Cold wasn't the way! But... Right, now we've got these, -2 Goldango, but it's still... It's a little bit unique, I think.
It's a dicey spot, yeah. I mean, you have a guaranteed Bleak Winds as well, which means I believe... Depending on how much this does onto Ninetales, it now is a single target. That's going to boost the damage just enough, I think. And the speed drop, for good measure. I don't think it really mattered, but... is this Aurora Veil boost to make it rain from a -2 Goldango enough? That is the question.
I somehow don't think so, but... Oh, I was wrong. I've been wrong before and I'll be wrong again.
Yeah, it was a close one because you have Aurora Veil and -2, but it is a steel type,
right.
And it's holding the metal coat.
Yep, and it is single target. All these lovely multipliers.
This is why Golden Go is never let me down, and Golden Go will never give me up and never let me down. Sorry for everyone who just rickrolled.
Okay, fun fact.
Wow, this is going to a fun fact.
One of the players here has a little plastic figurine of Rick from Kirby. So I asked them if they could roll it across the table.
It's a rickroll.
It was a rickroll. It was fantastic. I was really proud of it. I don't think anybody else laughed, but...
Well played. Well played.
Thank you.
And,
this is what I live for, folks.
This is going to be a interesting adjustment here. I do think that it's a weird spot with Dondozo and Golden Go because on one hand, Dondozo counters Golden Go. On the other hand, Golden Go counters Dondozo because you really are it's such a slow game going back and forth with the Fishers and the Shadow Balls.
Right, and I think the problem is, Dozo isn't really running any accurate attacking moves that can hit Goldango for any meaningful damage.
Yeah.
Right? Like if it were Wave Crash even, or Earthquake, Earth Power? whatever these dozos like to run.
Yeah, it's just, the thing is, there's so many boosting options that just make it really rough. And like, when you look at Ashley's team, you have Raging Bolt. Now here's the thing too, which I kind of like, is Raging Bolt is a very interesting choice here.
Yeah.
Because you can snarl Golden Go, and it kind of forces the landers to come in, which is something that it doesn't want to do.
Ashley's been eaten by a Groudon! Okay, it's false alarm, everyone. Now that as you called, the bolt is the bolt to that, baby!
And it's a very interesting position because this is a Terra Steel Golden Go, which,
Maybe doesn't
rough.
love seeing an Arcanine?
No, I think, personally, I like Dragon right now, which is, again, not going to help you in this combo.
Right.
I think here, it's rough, and this is something that's really tough with Bolt teams, is because a lot of the balance pieces don't appreciate the Bolt being on the field already.
Right.
This included, it has Snarl, it has a few options to shut down the Golden Go. I think, personally, best bet is to protect Tornadus and switch into Incineroar, and just kind of position yourself into a little bit of a better spot there.
Well, Torn doesn't have a attack.
Oh, it is... I was reading the wrong... Never mind, go for Rain Dance.
Oh, no, go for Rain Dance, King. Yeah, just such a bad position. Good shout getting out of there. But obviously losing a ton of...
Yeah, that's the hard part with this team, is that it feels like Bolt sometimes just doesn't... It needs to do a little bit more. And we are going to see Tornadus get the Tailwind up, so that'll help. And it does help, too, because you have Knockoff and Parting Shot. Plus, you intimidated the Arcanine, which still does a decent amount.
Arcanine's got that clear amulet.
Oh, there you go.
When I was playing this team earlier.
There you go.
A Volt Switch. Oh, Tornadus hangs on. Maybe he would have wanted Torn to go down? I don't know.
I don't know. I think Torn would have wanted Torn to survive here, because you have a few options, especially because we know it's locked into Flare Blitz, and you can freely Rain Dance. With the Dondozo coming in, though, it's a little rough. Again, Golden Go is gonna be your main counter for that. I just don't know if you're actually... I don't know how you hit that Raging Bolt. I don't know how you hit that. You have to go with, like, Nasty Plot X5, it feels like, because it is Assault Vested, and it's got Snarl, and it's just not fun to see that.
Yeah.
I think...
Also, because Arcanine is not actually voiced, it can do something that's not a good. Lovely to see.
True.
Yeah.
Very true. I think everyone's kind of used to those twitch-banded Arcanines, which it's gonna go for a Rock Slide, but it misses.
Okay, it misses, instant. Oh, who you want to hit, yeah.
Well, Horn needs to knock out. I think Horn needs to knock off is just that's what Arcanine's not doing enough damage to really be a threat right now.
Not even with a E-Speed?
E-Speed, I've played Arcanine with Band, and E-Speed can be just slightly underwhelming at times, so I think a good switch there.
Nice.
That's what you needed. If you're Ashley, that's what you needed, because you get rid of that Assault Vest. If I'm not, if I saw the correct clicks as a double up, we are going to see the Arcanine Terra to Grass, though. I guess expecting the Ivy Cudgel, which is fair, because I think you can Flare Blitz and get rid of it, which, again, puts you in a rougher spot. But it was the double up into the board.
And we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, getting rid of that. That's super helpful.
That's very nice, yes.
Yeah. Oh, and now double connects. Not enough on the Incin,
but with the Citrus, it might not be enough in general. That is kind of rough. Good news is this Ogerpon kind of can't do anything to anything on the field. It's all resisted, but it doesn't follow me, which isn't fun. Golden Go, though. Yeah, this is very interesting, because you could also just go for Flare Blitz onto the Arcanine and then follow me, and then keep your Ogerpon up. Or Spike, you should actually like that, but better. One more thing I also want to point out is that this Arcanine is slow. Very slow. Alright, guys.
oh, wow. Gee whiz, as they say.
A very slow Arcanine.
Yeah.
Or a very fast Incineroar. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that was shocking.
Well, it's not shocking yet, because... no, that's shocking.
I walked right into that one.
You did.
That was perfect. I am very proud.
Thank you.
But this is fantastic positioning for Abigail. I mean, you get your Dondozo back in. There is one really big downside, which is it's Tailwind. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it's in no wonder the Incineroar's, but it's been 6 rounds.
It's been a while. We're not getting DMC'd for that one, folks. Alright, so...
like, Troy's just gonna be like, you're getting us in trouble. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Alright, so... Dozo can't switch out of it, can't tear out of its weakness, so this Ogre has suddenly become an issue.
Yeah, and Bolt's... that is a rough spot. This Bolt does have a spread move in Snarl, which is really good, especially if you want to switch into Golden Goat. So I honestly, I would just click Tailwind, let my... Yeah, I would say I would just click Tailwind, let it go.
Yeah.
Torn's gonna go down, but then you can hit the Dozo for super effective.
Very nice, very nice. So good protect on the Dozo. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just what the Ogre's just gonna be clicking for.
Pretty much, yeah.
Volt?
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, that's a choice.
That is a choice, because now Dozo can't switch out of it. Can't switch out in general, so it was about to get extremely horny.
Yeah.
I guess the question, do you think that Dozo survives a horny? Probably, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so if Dozo survives this horny, he can... I really like actually not taking out the Horn here, because Horn doesn't have a ton to do anything, right? And so by leaving it on the field, you can prevent the Goldengo from coming in and doing its nasty little thing.
Yeah, I completely agree here. I think that it was a really smart play going for the attack on the Ogre Phone, because that is kind of your win con to get rid of that thing.
Right.
Horn Leech, I think I would have swapped, because this is absolutely going down to a body press.
Right.
Or Order Up, which is
well,
just consistent, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's that. This is it's an awkward spot, because this Tornadus is definitely going down.
Oh, and they never knocked off the...
Yeah, the knock.
Jeez, okay.
And that's also really big, because... But at the same time, you really can't hit Golden Goat all that much, but you also have a Tatsugiri and a Raging Bolt in the back, which can. And so I think as long as you chip Golden Goat to like around half health, you should be okay.
Right.
You just gotta hope you don't get crit with that Shadow Ball.
Yeah, it is pretty much the, like, Order Up and,
Miss on the Tatsu. Connect with the
yeah. Good job for...
So we're kind of in handy to get that outspeed. No crit yet. Order Up.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Gotta take out. So no more Tailwind. How many turns are left on that Tailwind?
I think 2, if I'm not mistaken. And now we're also, because if you're playing Pokemon, you know lots of PTSD from Protect, Attack, Recover, Leftovers, Dondozo. Here we go. Haley would be very proud of what's going on stream. Still basically hoping for a crit. And the Fisher connects! I thought we'd be here a while.
Yeah, I was so prepared. I mean, there was the taunt down on the Dondozo, so it couldn't protect, but Abby said happy Christmas to everybody else. We don't have to watch that rest of the Dozo gameplay out.
This is Dondozo's like, I'm done with this. I'm not going to sit through stall. Fisher!
Yeah, Dondozo more like Dundozo.
But
Yo, I'm on fire with these
the puns are out in full force. Well, I think that was the right four from Abby. I mean, like, I don't think Snow will help you with Golden Go is inevitably coming out and you can just resist it. However, I would like to see a switch on Ashley's side.
Right, because if you know that Ice isn't coming, then Lando looks pretty scary.
Lando's very good. Lando's very, especially because Lando is resistant to body press, resistant to immune to Fisher, and hits really hard with Earth Power, and or Sanseer if you want to play gambling games. Not Earth Power because spread damage, but still. And then Order Up's the only thing you really got to worry about, which you can really negate with Incineroar. So I think I think you leave the, and it's as bad as this sounds because I really like this Pokemon and I think it's really useful in the team. I think you leave the Ogerpon at home and you go Lando instead, which is exactly the 4 that Ashley has picked. But it's a little scary just because leaving the Ogerpon at home means that you don't have anything too great into the Arcanine. However, I think a lot of people overestimate how bulky Arcanine is. It will go down to the Landorus. It will go down to a +2 from Golden Go. You have Rain to make sure that Flare Blitz doesn't do a ton. It doesn't do the damage that it needs to without the Choice Band into Landorus as well. So I think you're okay leaving the Ogerpon at home. You don't, especially with Raging Bolt. I think it's the trade you need to make here.
Right, but like you're saying, the only real counter that Abby's got for this Lando is that's not Ice, is Arcanine. And yeah, Arcanine Ninetales?
What?
Wow.
I mean, I get it. Kind of thinking that, you know, okay, I did really good with Bolt. I'm gonna bring out Ice this time, but it's still not great because you've got double Steel types. This lead is I like this lead, actually. I like this lead quite a bit. I would go for the Flare Blitz, Fake Out into the Arcanine, and then you could go for the Terra Steel Rain Dance to just make sure that it doesn't get Flare Blitzed, which is, like, it'll take a Flare Blitz, but it's going to be in the rain, you know? And then it also shuts down the Aurora Veil. So I think that is probably what I'd go for. And then on the next turn, you can Tailwind and Parting Shot out the Ninetales if you want, and really not much that the Arcanine can do after that. You can also just go for the knockoff right now if you're really scared of the Arcanine and just, like, get rid of its Clear Amulet so you can Parting Shot out. That's also smart. So a couple options here for Ashley, but I think Ashley's got the upper hand in this lead game here.
Ashley's not running upper hand.
I was waiting for it. I knew it. I knew there was gonna be some sort of like upper hand okey-dokey thing.
Yeah. But Torn goes for that Tailwind instead of a Rain Dance. Just letting that Aurora Veil go for free. I don't know about that.
It depends on if Dozo is in the back or if it is Rain. I get it because, and I understand here, like, going for the Arcanine, you want to kind of get out into the Golden Go because it's going to do super effective on both of these and it forces a Terra if you want, which is really good. Or Lando as well, actually. I kind of understand that too. But and especially if you didn't Terra here. Should
right
survive.
into a Rock Slide. Yeah. But yeah, you're right. Like, Arcanine just doesn't have the damage.
Even with Band, it's like a 3-hit KO, or 2-hit KO on, 3-hit KO on
that Landorus.
It's...
Oh, with the Band? I'm actually not.
It depends on how bulky your Landorus is, but it's and how much attack investment you have on Arcanine. But yeah, it is it can be rough. And then the Terra Poison is kind of but the Terra Poison kind of necessary so you dodge any potential ice moves. I do like the idea of going for just Sanseer Storm and Rain Dance, but I think you also could go for the Sludge Bomb into the Ninetales because it's way more likely that Arcanine's going to go for the Terra here. So, I don't know. Couple options.
But instead of seeing a Rain Dance, we see Instant coming in.
I think that's a clue that the Earth Power came out. In my opinion, because you wouldn't...
Or... what's that? I'm not sure what the positioning here was.
Yeah.
What the goal was with the... Oh,
that was a critical hit. And the Blizzard, you can also freeze if it connects with the instant is fine because you have Flare Blitz, which thaws the freeze. So that's still about 50%. Except this Incineroar, let me just go ahead and point out that was a Blizzard and Extreme Speed, both critical hit, and the Incineroar took half health and got the Citrus Berry back up. Wild.
This Pokemon is certainly a Pokemon.
It is crazy. It takes hits like crazy, and now you have Fake Out back in play.
Right.
So who do you...
I'm so curious as to what Abby has in the back.
I really like its Articuno Bolt, which is really, really nice. I think we're going to double protect here. Yeah, that's just wise.
Yeah. In the face of an active Fake Out. And really, Ash's got no real way to punish that kind of plays.
Yeah.
Fake Out it fell. Right. So I guess the question here is, I'm curious if the Ninetales is just gonna go for another Blizzard, but I don't know if that necessarily is. That Ninetales has taken a parting shot. It's obviously not the same for the
yeah.
but
I do think
one less than a Tailwind, though.
I like the idea of trying to get rid of the Ninetales right away. And the Arcanine switching out is really interesting. I'm gonna guess it's good. I was gonna say guess it's gonna be Articuno. And it is Raging Bolt, it looks like in the back, and so no Dozo, which is really fun that we've got to see 3 different pairs of 2-2-2.
That is fun! I do love that. Okay, so Poison comes out, lightly targeted into that Oh.
There's a Terra, expecting a Terra poison.
Terra water. Yeah.
So with that in mind, now you've got quite a few options because you know that your Golden Go is going to be able to hit your the super effective move onto the. Oh, that would have knocked out if it wasn't for the Terra there. And Blizzard. I was gonna say it's nice because you and Flare Blitz.
Goes into the Articuno.
Not quite enough, but that was decent.
Yeah. I guess. Let's see. The Ninetales can't really do a ton right now, but.
No, not at all. Actually,
there's the part, but do you think it needs to switch out here? It will go down to another poison. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Set the drops. But
if this is a Sludge Bomb, I think it should have been an Earth Power. Because Earth Power and Sludge Bomb do the same amount of damage to Ninetales. So why not go for Earth Power when you expect 2 ground types in the back? So I hope it was an Earth Power on Ashley's side. I do think the instant swapping out is really important. And yeah, you don't really want to send your flying type out into a Sludge Bomb. It's not terrible, but it's still like... I mean, it's actually... It's just because Arcanine has extreme speed, which really helps with the Blizzard, especially doing that much damage onto the Landorus. Yeah. Can I critical hit on the...
Christmas.
Crimes. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Oof. That's not what you want to see. Lando's got his... I think Lando's...
You kind of have to go for the switch into Incineroar here. You don't really have a choice, I feel like.
Yeah.
And hope you wake up. Or thaw. Oh my.
This is what this team is built for, but it doesn't make it any less painful to see. Yeah. Comes out. Player Amulet. We're gonna go for that. Oh! Well, okay, that
I think we're gonna...
Bolt Bolt! Hello, Bolt! That's a good call,
yeah.
I think.
Golden Ghost stays frozen.
Yeah. I mean, not like it spawned within a ton anyways. But...
Well, I think you need to get rid of both of these.
Yeah, I would say that you do need to get rid of the both of these.
That's just a rough spot for Ashley, because, like, not much. I mean, yeah, I think that's probably a best bet. Yeah, you just go for the Major Rain, but it's just not going to be enough there.
And Flare Blitz into the... Oh, bye, Golden Go.
And now you've got a really easy position, because let's take a look at the health of the Pokemon that Ashley has here.
Yeah.
They are orange, red, and
also orange,
which is extreme speed, extreme speed, extreme speed.
I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, just none of these can. But the only normal resist gone. Everything just gets extreme speed.
I mean, yeah, might as well switch to dodge a Thunderclap, but I don't think you need to click Thunderclap. I think you could just click Volt Switch or Snarl or something.
Yeah. You don't need to roll any dice, really.
Exactly, yeah.
Yep, E-Speed, Lando, and there goes your best answer to well, not that. There was really nothing. Anyways.
Yeah. And the Volt Switch should pick up. Oh!
No!
It's a bulky Incineroar.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Articuno, I wanted to click Sheer Cold because it's fun. Oh, it's fine. That's fine. No. Which is smart because Blizzard should be able to pick up the knockout. And, yeah, with what's in the back, it's just kind of impossible. Yeah. Aurora Veil.
Oh, really nicely timed, too. Wow. Like, this game is pretty much wrapped up, but if Abby wanted to go for Aurora Veil, just a style on him.
Yeah.
Nope, Rain Dance. I forgot. I forgot.
I think you just extreme speed you extreme speed the Incineroar, it's definitely.
Yep.
And Abigail, also I just want to point out something really fascinating which is weird, and because I'm taking notes today. Every single time there's been a person on stream, they have sat on the right and they have won.
Oh my
is
god.
the lucky chair today. Every single person sat on the right has won, and that includes Abigail Watson, who advances to our top 4.
Congratulations! The reign of Christmas terror continues.
You know
Well
what?
into the new year.
It's so fun, this team, just looking at it. I love Articuno and I love Arcanine, just in general, 2 of my absolute favorite Pokemon to have on, like, stylistically. So seeing them function together is super fun, and the Dondozo is threatening. Threatening.
Yeah, I mean, Dondozo just being so bulky in this format is not fun to play against.
No.
I can tell you that.
It's really funny too with the Golden Go Dondozo mirrors here, just like, ooh, what are we gonna go for? Because I think the second time we've seen it. So, but stick around. We're gonna get top 4's picture, and then we are gonna jump into top 4. So you definitely want to stay for that and see if maybe we have more crimes coming out.
Most likely.
Probably.